All right. Welcome, welcome, you guys. We're so excited to be here with you today. We have people popping on probably later. If not, we are live in our Facebook group. That way, those of you who want to watch it later, it's recorded. Okay, Wendy, so you could tell your friends if they don't make it, they can
Excellent.
watch it. Hi. So you guys could watch it from there as well, which is pretty fun. But this is Wendy. She's my friend here in Vegas.
Yay, Vegas.
Yay, Vegas. And we are going to do her makeup today. I actually just went to a world-renowned makeup artist. Her name is Lori Hogg. I did a 3-hour training with her this last week and learned lots of tips. So my goal in this live today is to share with you all the tips that I learned, so that way you guys know how to do your makeup in this new year. Because tonight, right, is the New Year celebration. And so everybody's hopefully either gonna be at home, but we always hope that we're gonna go out and have fun, right, and be with people and like to get dressed up. So this will hopefully help you. That was my goal, and being able to learn how to do your makeup today. Sounds good, but we're gonna use Wendy's face. Consultants, those of you who are watching, I do want you to know that as consultants, we technically are not allowed to touch our customers' faces because we are not certified makeup artists or estheticians, okay? So the only reason why I'm doing this with Wendy is because she is also a Mary Kay consultant and a friend. And so
need help.
And she doesn't care. She volunteered to be a model for me today, because you guys have seen me do my own face, but I have never done Wendy's face. And so this is a new face for me too. So I just figured it would be more fun to have somebody else's face to work on today. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to learn everything from foundation to eyeshadows, to lips and brows. Okay, those are all the things, and a little bit of highlighting and contouring in there. If you stay all the way to the end, we are going to have a survey for you to fill out. Okay, we always give specials too, so there is a special available today only from your consultant. If you love something and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to get that, you have the opportunity to get a special, and then there is a survey to fill out as well. And when you fill out that survey, you will get a prize from your consultant. Okay, and it's probably a goodie bag of a lot of these supplies, so you can practice it on your own. Everything that you're learning. Okay, so let's get to it. The first thing that needs to happen is your skincare. And so far, Wendy has only washed her face, and she has not put on any moisturizer. So moisturizing stuff. So that's the first step we're going to do. Wendy, have you used the boosters yet?
Yeah, I like the boosters.
The boosters are awesome. So we're going to have her start with the booster since she has nothing on her skin yet. This one is just a line reducer. So I'm going to give you 2 drops. I'm going to let you put this on your own face for this part. 2 drops.
And just rub everywhere.
Yep, and then just rub that everywhere.
Smells nice.
Yeah. So with our boosters, you guys, these are just things, you could use 2 boosters at a time. And the boosters are the ones that work together, or you always use, which I forgot to grab one, so I'm not going to do that for you today, Wendy, but it's the H+A and ceramide. So it's what is that called?
Hydrochloric. Yeah.
Something acid.
Hydrochloric acid.
Yeah. Which is a really great hydrator. And then you could use one of the other 3 options. Okay, and this one just happens to be the line reducer. Then the next one we're going to use is going to be a day cream with sunscreen. So you just scoop that off with your finger.
Okay.
This one is our Time Wise, has SPF 30, so be careful not to get it close to your eyeball.
And this is SPF 30, you said?
Yes.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes.
We're in Vegas.
Sun is out.
Sun is out all the time.
When you do that, leave the door open for a little air. Okay. Oh, I love that, Wendy, that you actually put that on after.
Yes. Nice.
On your hands.
Yeah.
Because our hands get just as old as our face do. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. So we got that. Then the next thing we're going to do is primer. Oh, man. In the bedroom.
Go get it.
I gotta go get it. Okay, you can't do foundation without primer. So Wendy will talk to you for a minute.
All right.
Tell them a little bit about you, Wendy.
If my friends aren't on and you're supposed to be here, you're going to have to watch this video. But I'm from Wendy. I just moved to Vegas. I've been here since March 1st. I'm from the East Coast originally, and I got involved with Mary Kay. I met Jessica, and I really just started my journey. So this is really fun. I mostly use cleansers and all the lines that have nothing to do with makeup, but now I'm going to try and branch out, do something different for 2024 and wear a little more makeup because I do go out in the sun a lot. I like the sun, but it's not really good for your skin. So for those of you who are watching and my friends who know I go and tan, this is a great, great opportunity for you to see how makeup works.
Yes. Okay, so primer is going to be your next step. Now, a little bit of tip for you on eyes and foundation. I typically like to do my primer and let it set and just kind of completely dry with the moisturizer. So while that's drying, I'll do my eyes first. So that's kind of what we're going to do.
Okay.
Now, with this primer, I'm going to put it in your fingers and let you apply this one.
Perfect.
It's best to rub it in your fingers first.
Okay.
Warms it up just a little bit. Now, if you have bigger pores, like I do, typically oily skin people have bigger pores, you want to put primer in an upward motion and downward and circular. So it kind of goes all over. So up and out first.
Up and out.
Because what primer does is it fills all the pores in.
Okay. And then go in a circular.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to do the
Yes.
up here too?
Yeah, that goes everywhere. And this is also SPF as well.
Nice.
Yes. SPF 15 though. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Now we're going to do eyes, you guys. So what is it called? Our eye primer. You typically want to put an eye primer on. However, our eye primer no longer exists in Mary Kay. We don't have one anymore. Yay, Joan is joining us. Woohoo. Is it Joanne? Joanne. Yeah, you don't know.
Joanne.
Joanne. Hello, hello. Okay, so we don't have eye primer. So that has been a question for my customers as well as my consultant. Like, what do we do in replace of that? You guys, what we're going to do instead is you're going to use a concealer. All right. So based on Wendy's, we foundation matched her today based on her colors. We're going to give her a light beige concealer. So go ahead, Wendy, and close your eyes. We're just going to put a little bit of this on there as our primer. Okay, it doesn't need to be pretty. We just put it on there for the moment. Then brushes, you guys are your friends. Brushes are everything, your tools. It's just like trying to eat food without a fork, okay? If you do not have tools, your makeup is not going to look the way that you want it to. So we have a fantastic brush set here in Mary Kay. It comes with 5 brushes. It comes with a powder brush. It comes with a 3-in-1 cheek brush because it does highlighting, contouring, and your cheeks. It's designed to do all 3. And then we have 3 eye brushes that come with it. An eye crease brush, an all over brush, and I forgot the name of the other one. What's the other one? I don't remember, but
I can't remember.
Maybe it's a blending brush. I don't remember the name of it.
Right.
But it's $58 for all 3 of those, which is very inexpensive compared to our competitor people, you know. And it comes with an amazing bag that holds all the things. I'll show you guys. Okay. I just have it full of stuff right now. But it comes with this clutch, right? So it holds all your brushes. It's pretty neat. So you guys will get to see all the brushes. So there's a few brushes that we have also that you can get individual, such as this. This one is our eye smudger brush. We also have a cream eyeshadow brush, so you can add more brushes beyond the 5 that are in the set. But if you're like, I have no brushes, absolutely none to start with, that would be a good thing to at least start with, and then you can get all the extras at a later time. Okay?
My friend Linda bought it, the
Yeah.
brush set, and she loves it.
Yeah, and
Because
it's
she
so
wanted a
soft.
starter kit.
Yeah, it's kind of
So-
like a starter kit for sure. Okay, now we got the primer on there. We are actually going to start. I'm going to teach you guys because everybody has different eye shapes. So I'm going to do a quick screen share with you. Let me just make sure I can pull up the right thing first. Let's do, how do I want to do this? I have to do 2 different ways. We're just clicking around here.
Hey, just play.
We're just playing. Okay, so here's what we want to do. We're going to actually just screen share, and then we're going to click the share button or present so you guys could see the full screen. Okay, do you guys see this? You should see different eye shapes. So everybody has different eye shapes. Okay, we got standard eye, closed set, wide set, deep set, hooded, and of course, the Asian eyed, which basically just means like the single lid. There's no other creases in it. So you have to figure out first, based on how you're going to put your makeup on, what eyes you have. So the best way to determine this, if you're wide set, closed set, everybody has 2 kinds of eyes mixed into one, okay? I am definitely hooded as well as wide set eyes, me personally. And how you can tell this, okay? So hooded means that's like, I would say a lot of us have hooded eyes. That means a lot of the skin from the top by our brow likes to droop down onto the lid. When we open our eyes, we don't see a lot of the lid. It's just that skin that likes to hang down. And of course, as we get older and older and older, that is more likely to happen. So that's what it means to be hooded eyes. Closed set eyes is to, if you were to take your eyeball size, like the length, the width of it, and you were to try to fit it into the middle in between your eyes, does it have exactly the amount of space? Or are they more offset by being too wide, far apart? Or are they close set by being closer together than the length of your eyeball opening? Does that make sense? Now, standard means it's perfect in between. If you're to take an eyeball, put it in the middle in between the 2, it's perfect in between. That is considered to be, you could say hi.
Hi, Renee.
This is considered to be a standard eye, okay? All right, deep set just means, deep set eyes actually kind of means that the eye is a little bit, it doesn't make sense of why they call it that. If you would think that it would mean that the eyeball is deep set back into the eye, right? And that is true because then it's hard to say because what I see it as is the eyeball is actually more forward into there. And so when they close their eye or they open their eye, they can see a lot of the lid. And so these deep set eye people, you can put a lot of color on the bottom because the lid is always exposed. Okay, so let's look at Wendy's. All right, open up, Wendy. I would say that you actually don't have too much of a hooded eye, which is
Really?
awesome. I
What?
know, not too much. A little bit.
I feel like I do.
And let's see, if we were to take your eyeball and put it in the middle, you might be slightly close set, a little bit closer together than the standard eye. So that would put us in this picture right here.
Okay.
And it's just like paint by number. And then I would say more standard. You're like in between these 2 because you don't have too much of a lid that we need to be this dramatic with your 3 color.
Okay.
So what are this? This is like paint by numbers, you guys. So number 1 is your highlighting color. So ideally you want to use 3. Sometimes I use 4 eyeshadow colors to make a look.
Wow.
So highlighting is your base color. Now, if you're over the age of 35, 40, and you start to have some wrinkles around the eyes, I encourage this highlight color to not have any sparkle in it whatsoever. You want to do your shimmers and a mixture of your mattes, but you cannot do all shimmers as we get older, you guys. So as we get older, I know we love them, but it does accentuate our wrinkles. Okay, we're trying to get rid of them, right? So highlight, ideally you want that to be a matte. Mid-tone is your third, it's your medium color, okay? I like that one to be matte as well, and that is going to be where it's paint by numbers number 2. So you can kind of see, Wendy, where
Yeah.
we're going to put this
I
number
see
2.
it.
The biggest difference of close set eyes is your eyes are, you could see right here. Here, let me use the cursor so everybody can see this. There's not a lot of color in right here. Do you see that?
Yeah,
compared
I see that
to the
there.
2 goes all the way into here. So close set eyes means that your eyes are already a tiny bit closer than your standard. And so you wouldn't want to put a bunch of color right in this area, because then it would make them look closer together than they are. So if you leave this empty, then it gives you the appearance, and you put all the color on the outside of the eyeball, then it gives you the appearance they're a little bit more separated.
Gotcha.
Where see me, I am the wide set eye here. So I want to put as much color as I possibly can in this area.
Gotcha.
And then I kind of want my color to be my third darkest color. That's your accent, right? Your darkest shade. That one has to be a little bit on the inside because I want to give you the appearance that my eyes are a little bit closer together.
Gotcha.
Everybody got that? Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing so you can see us better. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and do this. The first color we're going to use, we're actually going to do a little bit of liquid today, as well as, because I'm showing you guys kind of the more in-depth training since I got in-depth training. Okay, so we're going to mix a little bit of liquid as well as the Fusion eyeshadows here in Mary Kay. We have palettes such as this. They're super big. You could fit, and this is called the Pro palette, right? It basically fits all of our eyeshadow colors. And then we have a smaller size as well. Okay, so I'm going to take the color I'm using this is Blossom, I believe. Has a tiny bit of like just a pink tone to it. Let's see it. Oh no, that one's not Blossom. Sorry, it's Biscotti. So this is Blossom, and then this one is Biscotti. It doesn't have as much pink in it, but it's matte. Okay, so this is the color we're gonna put on the base of her, just her eyelid up to her crease. So yeah,
Is this the number 1?
yeah,
From the picture. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Great question. Number 1 from the picture. So this would be your highlight.
Okay.
I'm actually going to use, because it's my favorite, another liquid that's really good highlighter. And when you use liquids, it is best. I'm going to have you turn just slightly to me to make it easier. To have a powder eyeshadow before you do the liquid. All right, so now if you look, you can look at the screen. You can see like just the lid is highlighted just slightly, right? Okay, and now we have powder on her eyes. So the next color we're gonna do, and by the way, you guys, I am using, this is one of our brushes in the brush set, and this one is the all over brush. And why I like it is because you get to put it all over, right? But the other reason why I like this is because I don't know if you could see it, but as you turn it, it's really skinny this direction, which is going to be beneficial for our next mid-tone color. Now, the mid-tone we talked about is your medium color. This could be like a pink. What color eyes do you have?
Brown.
Like a brownish green. You have a little green in there. I do too. So blue eyes, by the way, blue eyes, if you really want to make those pop, because that's me, you want to stick with your golds and your browns. Those are the ones that are going to make your blue eyes pop. Now brown, the nice thing about brown is you get to wear any color you want. All of it looks good. But she has a little bit of green in there as well. And because there's that green tint to it, almost like a hazel eye, purples and the golds mixed together look really good and really make those colors pop out as well. So we might do a little bit of that mixture. Okay.
That'll be fun. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm game.
So, but I am going to mix for the mid-tone a little bit of the brown. This is why, you guys, I said I like to use 4 colors. So my brown color, that is my favorite to use for the mid-tone, is called Hazelnut. It is also matte, okay? It does not have any shimmer. I don't get to the shimmer until the accent color. I like everything to be matte first and then just accent with shimmer. So we're going to use this Hazelnut first. Now, where this is going to go, if you guys saw on the diagram, if you were to poke your eyeball in between your eyeball and your brow bone, Okay, and then basically pretend to do like a windshield wiper movement from the edge of your to the edge of your eye. Just right in that crease, almost like a windshield wiper, like this. But hooded eyes, you're going to want your brush to be faced upward like this. Wendy, if you could turn that way just a little bit so they could see. Your brush wants to be this direction, and you kind of want to push this up, right? And like pat the color onto it, because that gives the direction of your eye looking appeared to be lifted. So think of the midtone is making that invisible crease to make it look like you don't have such a hood for those hooded eyes. Ooh. All right, so we're creating that dimension there with this darker color.
And is this number 2 on the graph?
Number 2 on the graph. So it's not going to go on your lid. It is just going to go in that crease.
Gotcha.
No, not all the way up to your brow either. Okay. You want to leave brows, you actually can highlight with a matte highlight color, which I actually did for you. I just didn't tell everybody I was doing that.
Surprises everywhere.
All right. I have to turn you because yes, I can't reach that side very good. So I'm just doing the same thing, kind of pushing the color into the crease
with windshield
wiper. With a windshield wiper movement. And I'm kind of avoiding that inside. Do you feel that?
It's good.
So you got plans tonight? You're going to be all glamified.
No. I'm going to look awesome. Ordering Chinese sitting in the living room.
All right, you guys see that dimension? I think we need to do a tiny bit more right here on this corner just to match the other side. Now, one other tip, if you guys ever watch makeup tutorials, you know how they put like tape on the side of their eye right here? Now, the reason why they do that is because the edge of your brow and the edge of your eye, you want to pretend that there's an imaginary line right here, and you really want to not have your makeup go beyond that line. Now, one of the reasons why I like to do eyes before foundation is because, and I don't know if you guys could see it with the camera settings, but there is fallout, right, of your eyeshadows that like to land on your cheeks also as you're doing makeup. And so this is why it's best to do your foundation after, because then you can dust all that off. I'll show you how to do that later, and then do your foundation and fix all that stuff. Okay, but ideally you don't want your eyeshadows to go past that imaginary line. Otherwise it makes your eyes look droopy, and gravity already does that. we don't
want that. No.
Okay, now we're going to switch brushes for the accent color, because the accent, if you guys remember from the diagram, looked kind of like a V on the side of the eye. Okay, and this angled brush, this one is actually called the eye crease brush, because we do put some of that accent color in the crease as well as on the lash line. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see, like it just has a little angle right there. You see that? And it's skinny, so this is the great one for that. So because I'm going to do 2 colors on Wendy for this one, and they're going to be shimmer. Yes, this is being recorded. And I think we're going to upload it to a secret YouTube that you could only watch if you have the link. That way Wendy can share it with whoever she wants to. Sound good?
I will do it.
All right, so I think we're going to take this. It's called, what is that called? Shiny Penny. As you can see, it's like a copper, and it has a little bit of shine to it. And then we're going to also do a purple color. Okay, because I think those will really bring out her green in her eyes if we do this.
Oh, exciting times. Am I facing you?
Let me explain where I'm going to put this first, and then I'll have you face me. So because she has the standard and closed set eye, we're basically going to put this in the side of her eye, almost like a V. Okay. So what I like to start, if you'll close your eye just for a minute, I like to start right at the base of the lashes and just kind of tap the color, because you guys, this is typically a darker color, your accent. And as you can see, I'm angling it. See how it's angled? And I only go to her crease. I don't go beyond her crease. I'm just putting the color there for now. And then I do the other direction, so there's a V there. You guys see that, how I'm angling the brush downwards to go up, and then you angle the brush this direction to go the other way to just get that color on there. We will do blending later. All right, now I'm going to have you turn so I can do your other eye.
And this is number 3.
This is 3. And we're
Okay.
going to I'm going to use a second color as number 3. So we're going to do 2 number 3s today for your look. Because we want to put some purple in there too as an accent with the orange or shiny penny, copperish color. Have you used this color before?
No, what's very interesting, I'll just say, is I would never think to put copper penny or purple
together
on my exactly. And so that's good.
Yes, learn something.
I've learned. And I learned about the shimmer. Like I usually like glitter and stuff in my,
Yes.
Maybe I might have to take a little break from that.
All right, turn. It's a little tiny bit noticeable. This camera isn't the best, but okay, now I'm gonna take, I am trying to decide which one, because I do have a matte purple in Mary Kay. Merlot, it's beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. I'll see how close I can get. So this one is Merlot, and then see, I like this one too. It has shimmer. This one is matte. This one is shimmer. I think I'm gonna use the shimmer. And the shimmer is called Sweet Plum. Okay. All right, so there's Merlot and Sweet Plum. Those are my 2 favorite go-tos for purples. Now, where is this going to go? It's also going to be the V, but what I did is I kind of made the copper shiny penny on the inside of the V, and then I'm going to take the purple and I'm going to put it on the outside of the V. So still in the same areas, but more geared towards the outside, because she does have the closed set eyes, right? So we want the color to kind of be more on the outside to just pull them apart just slightly. Make sense? Okay, now I always start with the base of the lashes, and I'm going to go angled up because I'm pretending there's that imaginary line. And I'm just pushing the color. It's best to push the color than to move it. Push the color on there. Like in this patting, stippling motion is best. So it goes exactly where you want it. All right, let's do this other side. Wendy, do you wear makeup often?
No.
So I also realized from what I've learned from you so far and seeing you that you don't. So I also didn't want to go so dramatic that you were like, what did you do to my face?
No, it's good.
So I am also just showing people a look that they could wear every day without looking like it's overwhelming, Okay, open. Ooh, what do you guys think? What do you think, Wendy?
I like
it. You like it?
It's not crazy. It's good. Like I said, a lot of my friends don't wear a lot of makeup. Yeah. So we want to know how to wear it properly and the right routine to get it right.
Right.
Correct. Right, Renee?
All right. So that's the color. So now what I like to do is just kind of take a clean, regular, it could be the all over powder brush. And this is the blending. Okay. It's just where you blend. I already blended pretty well in just the application of this anyway, but you just want to make sure there's like no sharp lines of where the makeup ended. So you're just kind of softening any sharp lines that there might be in blending these colors together. Okay, now, because she likes shimmer, we're gonna add my favorite, it does have a tiny bit. This is just I love it. It's our liquid eyeshadow, you guys. This color is, I'm like light beam, okay? And I like to put this only in 2 spots on my eyes because I am over 40 as well. I don't want it all over the place. But really, it's just gonna be on this inside corner of your eye. and also right here in like the tear duct area, a very small amount.
Mm.
Okay, so that is where we're going to apply this. And we use this eye smudger brush because this application brush just looks like this. You're not going to use that to apply it. You just want to put it on, okay? And then in those areas, don't open your eyes until I blend, okay? Because otherwise it's going to get on your upper eyelid, which we don't want. And I'm just going to kind of blend this out.
I think I have the champagne. I like it.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
That was the
That one
holiday
has lots of
color.
sparkle
Yes.
and pigment to that one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was limited edition though, meaning that
That's
one's
right.
gonna go away. It was only here for the holidays. So this would be your alternative for long-term regular
And what's the name of this?
light beam.
Light beam. Nice.
Okay, now open. Ooh, okay. Now I'm gonna do a little bit, so you might want to look up right in the tear duct, right here. And this just kind of widens the opening of your eye. But you don't want too much there. There you go. Just a little bit. Okay. Do you want a mirror?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure? We got one right here. Okay. Now, ooh, you guys like it? Okay. What are we going to do next? Next, we're going to do your eyeliner. So, Mary Kay came out with amazing formula recently of eyeliners and lip liners, you guys. And it's waterproof and it's amazing. However, there is an ingredient that they get to make this. I don't know what it is, but they got it from a third party. And the third party, right after they announced that this new formula is coming out, and it's amazing, the third party company that they got this ingredient from to make it decided just to shut down without any notice. So with that being said, in our magazine, we do have lots of eyeliners and lip liners that are waterproof and amazing colors, but unfortunately, because the company is trying to pivot, they have decided and figured out a way to make this without needing a third party company, but it might be delayed on all the colors. Okay, so you'll notice, well, if you are working with your consultant, that your consultant, when they go to order, it will be out of stock in most of the colors, except for black, okay, for right now. So right now we have black available, but starting in the spring, we will get back to all the colors that we have, which are normally a steely, which is a gray. We have a blue one. We also have the brown and the black of the eyeliners, but right now, currently, we just have black available. All right. Same with the lip liners. We're almost sold out of all of the colors except for light, the beige one we're going to use today. And it's beautiful. I love it anyway. So that one is available. All the other colors are not yet, but bear with us.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It is coming, but that's what's going on with that. Okay. All right. So what I love about these, make sure I have the right color. This is the lip one. That's not the one I wanted. We don't want to put lips on your eyes right now. Where is the black eyeliner? Maybe I put, this is the black eyeliner. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys is I put the sharpener on the lip liner. That's why I was confused. So here is we have this pencil eyeliner. What's really cool that most people don't know, this one is the wrong sharpener, but at the end, if you pull this out, it is a sharpener to make sure, and that's in both the lip liners and the eyeliners.
That's cool.
So you can sharpen your tool to make sure it will give you a very thin line. So one thing about eyeliners, the main thing that you're doing, especially if you have hooded eyes, is that you just want this to be very, very thin. Basically, you're taking the base of your eyelashes and you're trying to make it look thicker, darker. That's it. You don't want a big black line, okay? And black is a good color just because that's mostly what we want our eyelashes to be anyway, right? It's the black for the most part. All right, so I always like to start on the outside of my eye first and then come in forward, and you kind of do like this feathery motion because our skin moves, right? One thing that you could do if you feel like you need to hold it, you never want to pull on your eye in this direction. You guys don't do that because your skin has collagen. Collagen stops reproducing itself at the age of 27. Okay, so we're stuck with the collagen that we have, and when we pull on it all the time, it eventually breaks, and then breakage creates wrinkles. So what you want to do instead is lift up on your eye if that helps with the skin movement as you're applying, okay, but never to the side. All right, okay.
Up, never to the side.
Yes, so we're gonna start here. I always like to start at the corner of the eye and then come into the eye tear duct. Perfect. Yeah. Do we see a difference?
Yeah.
Very little, but there is a difference. Okay. My hand's angled a little funny on this side. Okay. All right.
Is there a reason we don't put the eyeliner on first? I've seen people put it on first, just asking.
I like to put it on after.
To
My personal reason behind it is because I think it makes it a little bit more vibrant when you do it after.
I gotcha.
But sometimes you don't, some people don't necessarily want just like the thick line like we talked about.
Yeah.
So some people like to put it on before because then it softens as they put the rest of their colors on.
Gotcha.
So I think that's the difference. I think it's personal preference on what you want, but I like to do it afterwards.
Okay. Thanks,
Yes,
Renee.
no problem.
I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll be in touch.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna do, quickly, we're gonna talk about the bottom of the eyes for the eyeshadows real fast. The bottom of the eye is, you could either do it, you could do your makeup, or you could just leave it like it is. Depends on the eye opening, the width of your eye opening. So if you feel like me, I have really small eye openings. So when I smile in pictures, you can't see a whole lot of my eyeball. Anybody feel like that? Or is that just me? So I have a preference that I do like to put some color underneath my eyes, but I don't want a whole lot of it. And I only want to do it on the very corner because ideally, if you don't put anything underneath, then it opens up your eyelid more. Make sense?
Yes.
Or your eye shape. If you put a lot of color underneath, it closes your eye shape up. But I think that it gives more dramatic look if you put a little bit of color on the bottom. So I call that your daytime look. Like this is the daytime where you're not having anything underneath, right? But if you're like, but I'm going to go out on a date with my husband and I want to look a little bit more dramatic, put some makeup on the bottom. So how would you do that? I'm not going to do that for you today unless you want me to.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Unless you need
Yeah,
me as your model.
You're good. Okay, so I just take the angled brush, just so you know, I take the angled brush and I just put my third color. So if I were to do it for her today, which I'm not, but you would take the plum, the purple one, and you would just take that color and you would start at the corner and then just go down halfway, like if you were to look straight ahead, the pupil. You would stop right there, okay? And just put that color right there in the base of your lashes. That's it. You could do the same thing with your eyeliner. Ideally, you don't want your eyeliner to go all the way across into your duct.
Right.
You just want it to go halfway with the darkness, and then you take the highlighter, kind of like we did with the light being liquid, okay? And you do it on the other side of it. So it's like light on this side and then dark on that side. Make sense? Okay.
Definitely.
Awesome, awesome. Now we're going to do brows real fast. Brows, and then we're going to do some foundation, you guys. So we have two different things for brows here in Mary Kay. One is our precision brow liner, and the color I'm going to use on you today is dark blonde. We do have brunette as well, but we have dark blonde available unless you want brunette. I just feel like your eyes aren't that dark. So anyway, it's very thin, you guys, because the idea behind this is you kind of do a feathery motion. Okay, you're creating the hairs of your brows with this color. As we get older, naturally this part of our eyebrow starts to thin of hair right at the arch, right? So about right here, we start to no longer see it much anymore. So that's where these pencils come in. And then sometimes our hair gets thinner and thinner. So we also have, this is pretty amazing. It's a volumizing brow tint. It's like a gel that has a tinted color in it, which will give you volume to make it look like your hair is thicker. So first I'm going to show you just some tips real quick on the brows of how they should be shaped when you're plucking. Okay, so if you were to take a pencil and you were to go at the edge of the nose, right at the edge of the nose, if there's any hair, just do straight line from the edge of the nose. If there's any hair right here, you would pluck it. Okay, then you still go to the edge of the nose, but you go to the edge of the eye, and if you have any hair past it, pluck it.
That's right.
And then basically, if you also go to the edge of the nose and wherever your pencil ends, that's where your arch should start. Got it? So that's ideally where your arch is. So those 3 base points, which are awesome.
Thank you.
So, but what we're going to do is we're just going to start. I like to start right here and just put a tiny bit of like light feathers, like we're imitating the hair, just to kind of darken the brows just a little bit. And then especially as we get thinner over here, you now don't go upwards anymore, you go more towards the side. Okay. See, not a whole lot, but you can see a little bit of a difference.
Definitely.
Yes? All right, we're going to turn you.
Okay. Once we're not doing the Frida Kahlo.
All right. Let me get a little bit more.
So we're still doing that light brush effect.
Yes.
A little thicker towards the nose, and as we move away, a little
thinner.
Gotcha.
To the side.
To the side. Okay.
Okay. I think you're matching. All right. Now I like to take this volumizer. This one is also the dark blonde. And as you can see, it kind of looks like a little tiny mascara wand. Okay. Now, what I love about this, and you have amazing brows anyway, you must take care of them. Go get them done.
I do.
This just kind of lays your hair, like I said, and volumize. It gets a little bit of volume, but what I love about it is that it's a gel, you guys. So and it's tinted, so it just kind of keeps your hair in line, right? So it doesn't move all over the place if you have longer brows. Okay, that's all you would do for the brows. Just put a little color in there.
Looks good.
Awesome. Okay, now we're going to do some foundation. We have, because she already has, so we do have mascara, you guys, and just some tips. I don't think we're going to do mascara today because she already has her fake eyelashes on. Yes.
Fake eyelashes, that's me.
They're awesome. You can put mascara over the top of fake eyelashes, and our oil-free eye makeup remover is oil-free, and so you can actually use them to remove the mascara from your fake ones, and it's not going to hurt your fake ones at all. Okay, but because they already look amazing, we're just going to leave them alone for today's purposes, and we're getting a little short on time anyway. So we're going to work on foundation and lips and highlighting instead. So we already have moisturizer, right?
Yep.
And we already put on your primer, which is super important, and they should be completely dry by now because we're done with the eyes. So the color that she is, that we decided today, she has more of an olive undertone to her skin. That means they don't burn. They just get darker and darker. That's the skin tone I think most of us want. I like to use my hand as a palette for basically a palette, and then you're going to use this brush. So this is our liquid foundation brush. It has a flat top to it, and you just scoop up some of this liquid. So this one is a matte finish. I probably, for her skin type and just let us living in Vegas, our skin gets really dry out here. I think that I would prefer a luminous for her. However, I don't have her color in luminous today. I only have it in matte. So I prefer her to match anyway versus being luminous.
Yeah, let's match.
So when you apply this, you're just going to apply this all over, ideally with a brush. Now, one thing that people do in application, did you notice that I did not take this color and just dab all over my face and then blend everything? Ideally, you want to use your hand as a palette, scoop up a little bit, and then you're going to apply it as you're blending. Because what you don't want is when you do those dots all over your face before you blend, is sometimes those dots start to dry while you're working on one of the other dots, and they just don't move around as nicely, right?
I don't want dots.
We don't want dots.
This is an excellent brush though. Wow.
So soft, right?
It's so soft. It feels nice.
Yes. Now, this foundation is what we consider to be a medium coverage, but I think it covers pretty good. Medium coverage, it will cover all your, blemishes for the most part, but it's not like a cake. You'll still look like you at the end of it. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more and then have you turn facing me so I can get to the other side. But do know that we have other foundation options. We have the CC Cream Foundation, which has SPF 15 in it. I do like to wear that one in the summertime. Only because, but it is more of a sheer, meaning it's not going to cover all your blemishes. CC stands for complexion correction. Okay, it is just going to take any redness out of your skin. If you have uneven skin tone, it's just going to even it out. Where this one that we're using right now, it's about $3 more than the CC cream because it has Time Wise. Anything in Mary Kay that has the word Time Wise means there's age fighting ingredients in there, such as polypeptides, antioxidants, omega-3s, right? So this foundation also has all of that in it. So Mary Kay, one thing about their makeup, sometimes I think they're pretty pigmented, but there are other makeups out there that are even more pigmented than ours, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily healthy for your skin. This foundation is also what's called a non-comedogenic. That's just a fancy word for non-clogging. You don't want a foundation that is going to clog your pores and create more problems for your skin. Just making sure you're all even here.
Okay.
All right. Okay, you guys, there's our foundation. Okay, now before we do powder, we do have a silky setting powder, but before we do that, we're gonna do a little bit of a contouring lesson and then her cheek color, because when we put foundation on, we did just make ourselves all one color. Okay, yeah. we got to put a little bit of definition with some blush in there. We have a lot of color options in blush. Okay, so here's a palette. I have this palette I actually like to use on my own as well. By the way, consultants, this is just a side note for you. If you're doing makeup with a customer, the best way to clean palettes like this after you're done with somebody using it is you take a spray bottle, mix a little bit of mixture of water and alcohol, mix it in there, and then you actually just spray the colors. And then you take like a napkin and you just wipe the top layer off. Okay, so it disinfects it, just so you know, for future. That's
very helpful.
Okay, so contouring. Here is our 3-in-1 brush that comes in that brush set, okay, that I talked about. So this part of the brush right here is for cheeks, so right in the middle. This one is for highlighting, and then this at the bottom is for contouring. There is a little groove in the brush right here for your thumb. So when you hold this, right, you put your thumb right there. It's quite handy. This is an old color of our contour, but I like to use it. We do have different colors now called latte and cocoa.
Whoa.
I think is what they're called. Ideally for our skin tones, we would probably use latte, but this color is an old contour that we used to have, and it has lasted me forever because it's so dark. You need a very tiny amount. But what I'm doing is I'm taking that dark color and I'm just putting it on that contour part, right, of the brush. Now, when you look at somebody's face, the ideal face shape is oval, only because that it's symmetrical and our brains like symmetrical, right? That's kind of what we're going for. So I do have more of a rounded face where she has more of an oval, right?
Oh,
she's oval.
All right.
But sometimes we also make it want to look like we lost 5 pounds on the face. So if you do the fish face, you can see where your cheekbones are, right? You could see the divots right here. This is where you would want to contour right here in this divot. Put that darker color. You're just accentuating that cheekbone, and you're going to have it go all the way up to your hairline. You just kind of do like this swoopy motion. I don't know what you want to call it, but put a little bit of color there. And then we're going to do that on the same side or the other side. All right. Now, my hair, I have this, what do you call this, where your hair splits? Calic, that's what it is. I have this calic right here, and so my hair just always splits right here, so it looks like my forehead's big, right in this area, right? So I like to take and contour that just to kind of shorten my forehead. So when you darken things on your face, you're pushing it into the background is the idea behind it, just like a painting, right? You're going to shade it, it pushes it into the background. So you could also do your forehead area. She doesn't seem to have this, so I would just put it right here and then right here on the side. You never necessarily want to put it in the middle, but just a little bit of contouring to get the color there. Now also you could go underneath your chin if you feel like you have a double chin, and you would just want to do it right on your jawline right here. Okay, not on the top because then it would look funny, but you have to go right underneath. So a lot of people just do it like right there, which you don't have any of that, but just for training purposes.
Let's do it.
All right, perfect. See, simple. That's all you do with the contouring. I personally don't do a lot of highlighting. As I have gotten older, I feel like the highlighting has shimmer in it. And I have oily skin personally, and the oily skin shimmer just makes me look even more shiny than I want to be.
No, you don't want to be shiny.
So I personally don't like to do a whole lot of highlighting. So we're going to do cheeks. So the cheek, you smile and you start right at the apple of your cheek right here. And then you're going to kind of do like a Nike swoop up. Okay. Where you kind of go down and up. So the color we're going to choose, we have all these colors to choose from. And I think because we did, and it's more, we did more of the purple, and it is more of the winter time, not necessarily the bright. Like once we get into the summer colors, you could start doing the brighter. But in the winter, I think I'm going to do this matte, this one right here. I forgot the name of it. I think it's Rosy Nude.
It's nice.
Yes.
Like a lighter.
It's a lighter, has the darker tone to it, not so bright. I just want to make sure I don't get too much color when I first put it on. So I kind of do a dab. All right. And then do blending later when I put on my powder, the setting powder that we're going to do. Okay. Let's see if we match. I think you need a little bit more on this side. All right. Now, this is our silky setting powder. I learned some techniques that I didn't know from this training that I just went to. We have, I'm like, where is that powder brush? Here it is. We have this powder brush that also comes in your brush kit, your little starter brush kit that we talked about. And you always want to put your powder in your lid and then use from your lid. What's handy in Mary Kay is our lids have this locking system in it. Okay, so when you're done using it, you can lock it so there is not a lot of fallout in your lid and you're wasting product.
Wow,
So it locks it so your stuff can't fall out, right?
good thing.
Pretty cool. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pick up this and then you kind of want to tap, okay, into the brush. You want this to go deeper into the brush because we're going to massage, we're not going to fluff. You kind of push it into the skin and then roll. All right, so that's what we're doing. Push it into the skin and roll. That's the best way to do this powder because we're not fluffing it all over the place. We just want it to be pushed into the skin and then you roll it. Now, there is an under eye technique that I forgot to do, which we're going to skip, but I'm going to show you how, I'll tell you about it. And if you have dark circles underneath your eyes, which you don't, which is why I didn't think about doing it. But you take our correcting concealer. We have an what is it called? Under eye concealer. Or yes, under eye. It's called under eye.
I think so, yeah.
And then you take a concealer and you don't layer them, but you mix them together on the palette, which is the back of your hand. Okay. And then you take your, whoops, I dropped it. This rolling technique is a little hard on this side. Then you take like a liquid foundation, I'm sorry, a liquid eyeshadow brush, and then you paint that underneath your eyes, just in your eye area. So if I were to do that today, okay, you're all powdered up. What that would look like is I would just do this part of the eye right here, and you would stop, because you know how sometimes they tell you to do like the V underneath the eyes and then kind of like dab it and blend it. Ideally, you don't want to do the V anymore. That's no longer the thing. It's just going right here into where the dark circle might be, and kind of like you want to stop right at the edge of your cheekbone. Okay, gotcha. No V's, but you would do that. You would take this is our under eye corrector. That's what it's called, under eye corrector. And then you would take a concealer of your color. Wow. And you would mix the two on the back of the hand. That's for the best application of getting rid of the dark circles underneath your eyes. Okay. All right. Now we have lips. Lips.
Why would we use this powder? I mean, just for those who don't wear makeup, just.
Great question. So this is a silky setting powder. So the first thing that does is it softens your look. Okay. And it kind of creates like the silk look to your face, right? Gotcha. Secondly, it blends all your cheek colors. So it's not harsh. I like to use it as a blender of everything.
Like a more natural.
Yes. Second thing that it does is it keeps your foundation in its spot all day long. That's why it's called a setting, like the silky setting. It sets everything.
Makes sense.
Have a spray that we encourage that you add on in the summertime because you get all hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
And what this is like hairspray for your face.
Nice.
Okay, we do have that. But that also helps with that. And the other thing is if you have oily skin such as myself, the powder will help absorb the oil production throughout the day. So you're not like the super shiny mess at the end of the day. Nice. Now, that's why.
Thank you.
Use it. So this one, let me make sure this isn't the black.
Yeah.
You don't want black on your lips. Because I put the wrong sharpener. Okay, so this is the one lip color that we have available, you guys, the lip liner right now, and it's the beige nude. It is really pretty on no matter what lip color you have. Okay, I love it. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna line the lips. If you feel like you have a small lip like myself, you can make it look like you have bigger lips by just going on the outside of the lip line. You are still on the lip line, but just do the outside of the lip line. If you feel like your lips are too big and you want them to look smaller, you go on the inside of the lip line, but still on the lip line.
Gotcha. Outside's for small lips, inside for big.
Yes, yes. And then once I get the line there, I just like to fill this in a little bit. Now, one thing I do want to say with lip liners, why do we wear lip liners? There's multiple reasons, but one of the main reasons is as we get older, we start to get fine lines around our lips just from drinking out of straws and all sorts of things, smiling, you know,
I have them.
everyday thing. Sometimes if we just put a lipstick on and we don't put a lip liner on, our lipstick can bleed out into those wrinkles, and that does not look very pretty. So
No.
a lip liner keeps your lipstick inside the line of where you want it to stay. And the other reason is it just makes your lips look good, I think. I'm looking for the color I picked out for you. Here it is. Here it is.
Oh,
This is Rosewood. And I think this is a semi-shine. I think it's a semi-shine and it melted. So we're trying to use it up.
yeah, use it up.
So we have this lip applicator. This is a very natural pink, kind of a, like, just like what it is. It's a rosy color, but it also has that wood brown tone to it. When you go a little darker on the eyes, you want to go lighter on your lips. Okay, and we did the purple today, so we kind of wanted to go a little lighter on the lips. If you go really light on the eyes, or maybe don't do anything on the eyes, it's okay to go dark on the lips, like a red or a, you know, even if you just do like the basic browns on your eyes, then you can go a little brighter on your lips. But ideally, you don't want to go bright on the eyes and bright on the lips at the same time. Otherwise, you look like a clown.
We don't want that.
We don't want that. Okay, we got your lips. Do you want some lip gloss? I think lip gloss is a personal preference.
I don't need it.
Okay. Some people just like the matte. I think when you just leave it matte, it lasts a little bit longer than when you put a glass over the top of it. All right, you guys, you are all done.
Thank you.
Okay, before you leave though, I do want to show you, I told you guys that we had a special. So let me just get the screen share opened up real quick. We're going to show you this special that we have available to you for the next 24 to 48 hours. Us consultants, it's the end of the month. Happy New Year's Eve, right?
Yes.
But we're also working on finishing our goals. So we're going to help you help us by giving you guys a special today. And we will text this out to you.
Oh, you will? Okay.
Yeah, we'll text it to you, Wendy, so you can send it to whoever you want.
Sure.
So this is what it looks like. Okay, we talked about skincare. Skincare is your most important over glamour. You should be taking care of your skin every day. There's 5 basic steps: cleansing, lightly exfoliating with like a Skinvigorate brush, or you know, something like that. What's the next one? Tone.
Oh, sorry.
A toner, a moisturize, and then sunscreen, like a protector. So a lot of these skincare lines right here that are posted in the special do all of the above. So you have the Time Wise Repair is more for 45 and above for dry skin. The Ultimate Miracle Set is brand new skincare line that just came out in the last like 2 months, I think. And it comes in 2 formulas, one for combination to oily skin, and then also they have one for normal to dry. Pretty amazing. So the Ultimate Miracle Set actually has the microderm abrasion attached to it. So that's the difference there. But if you're like, but I really was here for the glamour today, and I really want some glamour, Here's what the special looks like. We put individual prices under each thing, so you can buy things individually, all right? But if you're like, I need a full look, like I don't have anything to start with to start doing this and getting practice, you can get the full color collection, which is basically the entire highlighted pink row right here. You guys see that? So it's the foundation primer. You can get a CC cream, or you can upgrade that for $3 more to the Time Wise. Okay. You get a translucent powder. That means you don't have to worry about what color. You could use that for whether you have bronze skin all the way to ivory skin, or you could change that out for the silky setting powder that we use today. You get 4 eyeshadow colors, 1 blush color, 2 eye sponges, and a cheek. You get a lipstick and a lip gloss. Okay, so that is everything that you get. And if you were to buy all of it, you get it for $162.50. And then at the bottom here, you get to choose one of these for free. Okay, that's what the special is. But if you're like, well, I don't really want to spend $162 today, but I do need some colors, you could shop any items you want up to $50 or more, and then you can get one of these essentials down at the bottom at half off instead. Got it? That's our special for you today. Now, last thing is we have a survey. We're going to send you this survey if you were joining us today. Even if you didn't join us today and you watched at the replay afterwards, if you guys will just fill this out for us. It has some questions on here for you. It looks just like this. And then that way we know how to follow up with you or answer any of your questions. Your consultant does. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy New Year.
Hopefully you learned a lot. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.